Laughing so good for the soul. Share a moment with a complete stranger or somebody you know. Don't care if you're young or you're old. Sit down and tune into the best show. Lee bringing all the flavor. Interviews getting greater and greater. With a nostalgic feel. You know she got the mass appeal. Word up.
So you said you quit, but so between 2008 2011, like how long did you really quit in '08, or like was it like I just only do it, I dabble here and there? Like what were you doing in between that time?
Yeah, it was like the bombing. Okay, so like my second time doing stand up, I brought like 60 people from high school and I bombed. And
they didn't laugh at all?
No.
Mm.
It was like my third time doing it, I think, my second open mic, because I got booked off my first open mic. And then I bombed that. And then I just bombed for like a couple months in a row. And I was just like, this is fucking brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I really suck at this. And then I was telling people at my job that I had done stand-up. And the owner was like, when are you going to do one here, like a comedy open mic here? And finally, on like a Thursday, I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
What kind of job was this?
It was a bar. I was bartending.
Okay.
And yeah, then I was just started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I sucked. Actually, it's funny because like there was a show in 2013, St. Patrick's Day weekend, that I did in Joliet.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys that produced it just passed away. And so the photo came up. And I remember thinking when I left that show, that was like my first real show. Maybe it was 2012. And I remember thinking like, I could probably do this. Like leaving that show, I remember thinking like, I could actually do this. Like,
what was
that was
different
good
at that show?
That's a good question. I think it was the audience had like paid money. It was like one of those VFW shows we do sometimes, but it was just, I had a great set, and it was like, I thought, you know, I mean, now I'd be like, oh gosh, but I mean, at the time I was like, the audience liked the whole set, and I felt like that was good. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I did good.
Yeah.
For the first time.
And you said this is 2012?
Since the first time.
2013.
I don't know if it must have been
around that time.
Yeah, I think it was 2012 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're saying about getting off stage is very important. Like, you know when you had a good set based on how you feel.
Yeah.
Like, the audience could be laughing the whole time, but you know, like, no, I could be doing better, or this
where
is
your
not my
bar
best.
is at.
Yeah. When did you really start to tap into, like, okay, this is a good gauge. I'm doing well. I like what I said here. Let me keep this. Like, when did it sink in for you?
That's a good question. I don't know, because there was a number of years where I don't know if it was like, it was not just the weed, because when I was sober too, it's like sometimes when I'm up there, it doesn't happen as much anymore, but I would have like performance blackout kind of thing is what they call it, where I don't even remember what I said. So it's like, but I know that I feel like that was good, but I couldn't tell you like what it was, and I can't like bottle that, you know what I mean? But I do think now where I'm at now is like, when I feel it's good, something that is unexpected for me happens. So I'll say something that like a riff or something that I don't even know is gonna happen. And sometimes it's like something that I have no intention on sharing at all, and it just comes out, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I can't believe I said that. And if I'm laughing on the way home about like, I can't believe I said that, that's a good set. That's a good set. And then I'm like, if it feels new and it feels, even if I change something a little bit, then that's a good set. Regardless of, I mean, it feels nice to crush, obviously, but if I'm crushing with like the bathroom bit that I've done for 5 years, and I know I know it's funny, and I know that women really like it, and men like it too. But I can see them laughing so hard, and so it's like I'm happy to do that and make them happy. But I feel like as a performer, I'm just like I need to write something better than that. That can crush harder than that.
Yes.
And when I fail to do that every day, I'm like, oh
yeah.
There's a part of me that's upset about that.
So do you write your jokes? Do you write often? How do you craft your material?
I write in my phone. I'll think of something and write down a premise or an idea in my phone notes. But then I don't write things out. Usually what ends up happening is I think about it a lot. I write it down and then I kind of forget about it. And then someday I'll see somebody in the audience and like, it'll come out. Something will trigger it and then it'll come out. That's how it's been happening. But I wish there was a faster way, which is probably writing. But also I noticed with the writing, like writing's helpful because I do have like quick reflexes, but my references, they're a little too broad sometimes, where I'm like, I wish I had more like specific references that could come
when you
quicker.
say too broad, like in terms of like time period reference, or
no, I mean like I don't want it to be something that everyone else would think of even if they had like 20 minutes to think of it, you know what I mean? Like I want it to be that quick, but I want it to be something that they wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Love that. Yeah,
because right now it's like it'll be quick, but it'll kind of be basic, you know? So, yeah.
No, yeah. I really love what you said about like sometimes surprising yourself.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's happened to me like a few times, and I'd be like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Like, why did I,
Or when you say some shit and you're like, I can't believe I had the balls to say that.
Yeah. So this is one of the reasons why I love you, right? Because I feel like you aren't as prohibited. You might be, but it doesn't seem like that on stage. Like when you catch yourself, like
yeah.
It's like, and I'm trying to get to a place where the things that I want to talk about, I actually can talk about. But because of like morals and whatever, like I stop myself from doing it.
Dude, I totally know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like my morals and everything that that's caused a lot of like I'm quitting again. You know what I mean? Things like that. I think that's something each person has to work out your own path, you know? I found enough Bible quotes to get me by, like to justify what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I hope you find yours. I can send you some if you want.
I'm always open to the word. Yes. Thank you.
But yeah, I think that like the slap in the puss thing and being so extra like that, that's just an icebreaker. That's just a way for me to kind of break any pretense of me trying to be like cool. You know what I mean? Like just kind of put it like be ridiculous and like brash right at the top and sets a tone, and it sort of like takes them off guard and kind of puts me in like a like you better fucking come up with something mode. So I don't know, it's just a little trick that I came up with. But yeah, so I mean something like that, pushing yourself, like I don't feel like I don't do that at the grocery store, you know what I mean? It's like not something that I would do in front of my kids or, you know, it's so, yeah, it's nice that the stage is kind of a place where you can have all that and just be able to say whatever you want.
Yeah.
And be however you want.
Yeah. Have you reached the place where you like, the audience doesn't scare you? It's like, it's nothing y'all can do to me. Like either you like it or you don't, but
I love them. Here. I'm like so excited.
No, not that you don't love the audience, but more so like their response toward you. Like so, it's like either they like you or they don't like you, but you are like so like comfortable and content with whatever you're going to do that you feel kind of free on stage. Have you reached that point?
Yeah, well, that's the kind of thing. Like you have to kind of get to that point where luckily for me, I think I have a second gear because I really want everyone to like me. Everyone. You know, like, and I will bend over backwards for you to like me. I'll slap my puss for you to like me, whatever it takes to get you to like me. But if you don't like me, there's also part of me that likes that too. So it's like, I kind of think that's, you know, that's fine. I mean, it's
Hence
weird.
your magic trick.
Yeah, exactly. Then it's just like, you know, that I'm laughing at you. You know, if you don't like me, I'm laughing at you.
Right. So it's a win-win for you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think it's like that because I know I will try so hard to get you to like me that if you still don't, then I'm going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking doing anything I can to get you to like me. But as far as like sitting in a bomb or something, though, that still sucks. I mean, bombing still sucks, and it always should. People getting too comfortable just sitting in that. I admire some of that, but that's not the goal. You know, that's like a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.